So tell us a little bit more about the son who has the new diagnosis of the slight dyslexia, and what you were inspired to do with using the curriculum that you knew we had available. How did you build, as the carpenter of his education, a solution that works for him?
So we were already into our school year when we
Mhm.
went to a well child. Our pediatrician, we love her. She's very for homeschooling. We talk about homeschooling, but anyways,
Very.
we were discussing some concerns that I had. He's 10 years old, and some
Mhm.
concerns that I had with his writing, with his reading. And she said, Anna, this is not developmental anymore. She said, this is signs of dyslexia. I really think that he is dyslexic. And then she looked at my son and she said, listen, this isn't a bad thing. She said, your brain just works differently. She said, there are very successful people in the world
Mhm.
who whose brains work like your brain. She's
Mhm.
like, we just have to learn how to teach you where you're at. And so she brought a positive spin on it. Me inside, I was freaking out. I don't have a child that is dyslexic. I hadn't dealt with that. I have dealt
Sure.
with average kids, or like my son who excelled through things because he was just a fast learner. I didn't have a child who had a challenge yet.
Mhm.
So I kind of panicked, and I was looking at different curriculum. I have to change. I have to do this because this is what the world says. And we went and had him um, evaluated, and we were, we had him evaluated, and I was talking with the evaluator, and she said, well, our program can do this, this, and this, and it's going to be $500 a month. And I went, oh, okay. I don't have $500 a month. And she said, oh, we have a cheaper option. She said, but you'll have to teach him more. And I said, okay, I already do. So I'm like, okay. And she's like, well, it's all online, and telling me all this stuff that they would do online and how it would work. And that was only $300 a month.
Mm.
Well, everything she was telling me that I should be doing with him with a specific method, I realized I could do that with what I had on my bookshelf. I could do that with language lessons. And I asked some friends, I said, hey, what would you do? What are your thoughts? And they said, Anna, that's what Masterbooks is for. Masterbooks works because you're able to tailor it to your child's needs. Now, I have been using Masterbooks for over 5 years. You would think that I would know this, but
Mhm.
I don't know. I think that diagnosis just scares me, and you're like, oh no. So I sat down with my husband, we prayed about it, and we said, you know what? We're gonna scratch off the rest of the year. I had everything planned for a whole semester, where we were gonna be, what we were gonna do. We were taking time off for Christmas. I mean, I had the whole thing planned. And I think, we plan and God laughs. That we say that a lot. And I haven't even touched my planner since we started growth hacking with my son. So we went back to language lessons 3.
Mhm.
And I was looking at WowzaBrain because I know that WowzaBrain is really good. We use level 1 with my daughter who's 5, and she's reading. And I was like, you know what? All of this will work for exactly what these evaluators and these therapists say that my son needs. So we decided a foundation was great, and my son was disappointed. He goes, but I already did level 3. I don't think I should have to do level 3.
Right.
And I said, hey, we're going to be real for a moment. Your brain works differently, and there's nothing wrong with that. But my brain doesn't work like that. So I need level 3 so I can see how you learn, and we can build on this.
Oh, that's genius.
And we can go as fast as you want, or we can go as slow. We're going to take it one day at a time, and we're just going to figure this out. So we started with language lessons 3. We threw in some WowzaBrain, and I love WowzaBrain because level 3 has some silly things in it, and so it makes it fun. And my son was laughing through it and
Oh.
enjoying it. And I would even get involved, and I'm like, oh, hey, I can do this. And there was a game with your thumbs, and um, the word would say down, but the arrow would be up. So you would have to do what the arrow said, and with your thumb. It's hard. It's even my brain, it was hard. And we would laugh and we'd giggle. And he saw me make mistakes. He saw that I couldn't understand it. And that helped him build that confidence.
That's so smart.
And with language lessons 3, starting on that foundation where we could say, hey, we know that he thinks this way. He thinks in pictures. He thinks in patterns. Let's tap into that. And so we use the word shapes. We use we do different spelling activities that are in the back. I've gotten out different colored pencils and told, hey, we're going to use blue for consonants, red for vowels, and we're going to see this and work through this. And he has thrived. He has built that confidence, and he has enjoyed learning again.
Oh, that is such a heartwarming report